Hi everybody, this is Robert from Benzo Withdrawal, and I am now 9.5 months free and clear of this drug, and just wanted to give an update for the people that do follow me. So what does 9.5 months look like for a person like myself? Well, first of all, we're in the middle of the coronavirus, and so one of the things that I wound up having a leg up on people is I know how to stay home and isolate, because that's where I've been for the last 20 months, staying home and isolating. I heard somebody put it very well here, and how they put it was, I heard a woman say this, and she was like 3 years out. She says that I'm better, but I'm not well, and I haven't been well since this started. And that's the way I feel. One of the reasons why I don't come back here often is because my days, I just don't know what my days are going to look like or going to feel like. So the main thing is tinnitus still there. Yes, tinnitus is still there. There are times that I can tolerate it better than others. There are times when it spikes. But the crushing headaches that went along with it, the crushing headaches are not there right now. I do get pressure in the back of my head. Okay, I went online and I found it's called a head hammock. What you do is you tie it to your door, and it wraps around your head, and you lay down and you rest your head in it. Because my back of my neck, from the top of my head through my shoulders and down my spine, is so incredibly tight. And I've read this over and over again that this is one of those symptoms. And here we are, we're not supposed to touch our face, and I've got an itch right here. So I've been using this for about 5 or 6 days. It's relieved the tension in my neck. I've started to do some sit-ups again. One of the things that happened during the course of this is that I was in pretty good shape. I had eaten well most of my life. I had worked out. I was on a regular workout routine. And 18 months flat on your back, exhausted and can't do anything, takes a terrible toll on your physical health. And so now that I'm coming out on the mental side of it and the pain side of it, now I have work to do on the physical side of it to try to get my physical health back so I can get back into the world. So how am I doing? Like I said, I have my good days and my bad days, just like anybody else. I feel like, as much as I love bed at night, I wish I could throw that thing out and never have to sleep in a bed again. I sleep in bed again because, there'll be plenty of time to be in bed when I die. I feel like I burnt almost 2 years of my life. Just toasted it, just threw it out the window. It is a stunning, gorgeous day here in California today. I'm in Orange County, and it's a weird thing. You go outside and nobody's outside. It's bizarre. It's like a zombie apocalypse movie. I had an interesting thing happen to me. I had gone to the doctor, my primary care, not the VA doctor, for the first time in a year. And I discussed the tinnitus with her and talked about a medication that I needed to get that I had seen at Benzo Buddies that may help. And so she prescribed it to me, and it was the first time I had been out in about 3 weeks. And I had to stop off at a store and to pick up some food. And when I was coming out of the store, who did I run into but the doctor who did this to me? Okay, and I'm 6'2", 225 pounds, and while I may look somewhat in shape, it's not as in shape as it used to be, but I still am a presence, and he's a little Asian man. A 35-year-old. He likes to, he thinks he works out, but he's a small guy compared to me. And he got out and he started walking towards me, and he didn't realize it at first, and I looked at him and I said, oh my God, there's the guy that demolished my health. Holy shit, I can't believe it. And he stopped. He freaked because he didn't know what the hell was going to happen. And then I just said, you SOB, you demolished my health. I can't believe it, something to that effect. And I said, and I'm going to keep on keeping on with the complaints. And he said to me, he literally said to me, go F myself. This is a doctor who hurt me. Go F myself. And then He goes, file all the complaints you want. Nothing will ever stick with us. I'm a doctor. You're nobody. And I was like, whoa. And I turned around to put my groceries in the car, and I saw that little bitch doctor running into the grocery store away from me. Okay? But he had the nerve to tell me to go F off. That's your doctor for you. This is the guy that did this to me. So that was an interesting day. I wasn't sure if there would be any kind of repercussions for that. There weren't, but because I met him out in public. So let's see here, 9.5 months. What does 9.5 months look like? I have blocked ears. I have stuffed sinuses. I have neck pain, back pain, and some head tension. There is dizziness that goes along with it. And my gait, my walk isn't, for all of our lives, we grow up and we get up and we walk and we don't think anything of it. All of a sudden I have to think about walking. And so I've started to do some things, work with some weights and stuff to try to help out my lower part of my body. Outside of that, I'm just locked down here at home with everybody else, full refrigerator. One of the things that's happened along the way is I've become a pretty good cook. I eat well. I stream everything, and I don't know. I've just sort of come to. I understand there's a lot of people that are like really freaked out right now. One thing for sure is I would not want to be going through what I was in last April at this time, because last year at this time I was able to use Amazon and Instacart and get them on a regular basis here daily and get what I need. You can't do that today. Instacart is like 3-4 days out, and so food delivery is not quite the same. Now you can get stuff delivered by Grubhub and stuff, but I'm talking about not prepared food. I don't know how I would have made it during that particular time. My case was, I don't know a lot of people's. I mean, I've seen a lot of people's cases, but a year ago, I was at the edge of my life. And today, in this coronavirus thing, I'm at home. My business, if you watched previous videos, I was talking about how good my business was doing. Well, my business is not doing so good now because everybody's pulled their advertising. And so they've pulled their advertising. I applied to the bank for the PPP. I'm a small business. Crickets, nothing, stimulus checks, nothing, this Trump administration, please. And, but through this, because, I don't know, one of the things that we were given this medication for initially, beginning of, for some of us was for anxiety or, panic attacks and stuff like that. I have none of that anymore. This thing, I am very calm right now. I don't have any kind of, every once in a while out of the blue, I just don't know what it's from. All of a sudden I'll feel chest pressure. I understand it's a panic attack starting to take, but I'll just calm it down. But because I was in so much unbelievable pain last year, pain that I couldn't comprehend. In other words, none of us know until we're there what our tolerance level is. We just don't know. To say, well, when are we going to throw in the towel on this? And last March and April were especially awful, beyond staggeringly awful. As a human being, to go through this, I would rather take my chances with COVID-19 and either be dead from it or come out the other side of it and go on with my life than have spent 2 years, almost 2 years, having to deal with this because of a rotten doctor, because a doctor that was a moron idiot, that thought he knew everything. My life meant nothing to him. I was just a 15 or 20 minute appointment, and while after he screwed me up and I came in to have in the most dire day of my life, he kicked me out of his office, and I made plans to go home and die while he was making plans to have lunch. So last March and April were particularly, I mean, just so bad. And, you know, and it extended through, May. I had some trouble in May, but, you know, last April it was very, very bad. And it took me to the edge of where I wanted to die. I remember a very specific night saying that this was it. You know, I'm done. I just can't do this anymore. I just can't take this anymore. And it was one of those things where I took a couple of rescue benzo doses, and I woke up the next day and I made it through another day and I was able to finish this. But I think the reason why I'm calm now is because I've been to the edge. I'm a long way from it right now. Yeah, my bank account's taking a hit, and, my business is down, but my health is getting better, and as long as my health is better, that will allow me to continue when this thing dies down to go out and back in the workforce and make a living. Because if my health is bad, you know, that's it. I'm single. I'm on my own. I own my own business. It's just me. And so I have to hustle like a SOB, you know, to make a living. And so the very fact that I worked through this on days, on my computer and got things out and never missed a deadline in the darkest, sickest days of my life is a testament to the work ethic that I was raised with. That's the first thing. And the second thing is that, you know, there are times, and I don't know how many of you go through this, but there are times when I look in the mirror and I've disappeared. The person that I was is completely gone. And I look and I don't know the person that's staring back at me. I don't know who that person is. And recently, in these couple of days, you know, last month and a half, I've seen that person start to stare back at me, albeit, you know, 2 years older and worn down. But there is opportunities out there. One of the things that I will never forgive this doctor for is I've lost 2 years of opportunities. I have no idea who I could have met, what business could have been done, the joys, the pleasures, the places I could have seen because of his incompetence. And like, you know, the complaint is filed. So I'm Robert. I'm here. It's April 22nd. Is that what it is? Yep, April 22nd. In the year 2020, we are in COVID lockdown here in Southern California. I am my 9 months was on the 9th of this month. So I'm about 9.5 months out. Still blocked ears, but I feel like I'm starting. I feel like I'm starting to get better. And I don't even think about windows and waves anymore. It's either I feel good or I don't feel good, and I deal with it, and I move forward, I push forward. So I'm going to post this. I hope every one of you. One last thing that I wanted to talk about, and that was Jordan Peterson. And it's funny because, you know, I went into my doctor, and none of my doctors knew who he was, but I used his videos to show my doctor that a world famous person, this can happen to them. And it was funny because all of a sudden I got their attention, the doctor's attention. I also went into the doctor and said that I was part of the Benzo Information Coalition of people trying to educate our doctors. And that made a difference with the doctor listening. And the final thing that I said to the doctor is I said, you know, the most stressful thing that those of us that want to go through this is the, oh, okay, I just lost. The most stressful thing that we have to go through is having to discuss this with our doctor. Are they going to cut us off? Are they going to believe us? What are they going to do? So you know what to do. Leave a comment below. I look forward to hearing from you. Those of you that are, you know, that are out there and that are, you know, have jumped, and those of you that are still going through this, God bless your soul. This is no easy task. It's not for the faint of heart. Thank you.